But as I said, there is no pushback. We have a political campaign where, to put the best metaphor I can on it, where the referees on the field are sacking the quarterback of the one team, tripping up their runners, throwing their bodies in front of blockers, and nobody says anything. The Republicans don't. The reason you will lose this battle is for one reason. Despite organizations like AIM and others are pointing this out, and the fact that 60% of the American people are in on the secret here. I mean, they're no idiots. The Republicans and those candidates who are not the candidates of the press refuse to call them out. If I were the Romney campaign, I would have been doing this for months. I would have been looking at individual reporters. I would be telling the American people, they're not trying to stop me, they're trying to stop you. And they are here to do this, and I would have made the press themselves an issue. Because until you do, what happens is they are given the basic concession of authenticity and accuracy, or that they are credible, by not doing that. Too many political people in the Republican Party in this town want to maintain their relationships with the press. This is how Sarah Palin got handed over to Katie Couric and to ABC before she was ready, because Steve Schmidt and others want to preserve their view, their relationships with the press. It's, people have their own agendas, and often it's not winning. You know what? This is a different era. The old argument, you don't attack someone with the press, because someone who you don't get in a pissing match with, someone who buys ink by the barrel, doesn't apply anymore. There are too many outlets, too many ways to do it, and the country doesn't have the confidence in the press that they once had. We face a fundamental danger here. The press's job is to stand on the ramparts and protect the liberty and freedom of all of us from a government and from organized governmental power. When they desert those ramparts and they go to serve to decide that they will now become an active participants, when they decide that their job is both to tell you who you may vote for and who you may not, but worse. And this is the danger of the last 2 weeks. What truth you may know as an American and what truth you are not allowed to know. They have then made themselves a fundamental threat to the democracy, and in my opinion, made themselves the enemy of the American people. And it is a threat to the very future of this country. If we allow this stuff to go on, we crossed a whole new and frightening slide on the slippery slope this last 2 weeks, and it needs to be talked about.